To somewhat quote one of the fastest growing characters in Destiny, the line between constructive criticism and complaints is so very thin. Destiny is my favorite game of the last 10 years. There's nothing like it. There's only one other game that I keep coming back to as consistently as Destiny. To put it simply, I love Destiny. It's the first of its kind, and any game that tries to replicate it dies on impact, as they should. Cheap imitations that offer nothing new or interesting in my opinion. With that being said, however, the game isn't perfect. It may never be, but that's okay. If it was perfect, we would have nothing to talk about. It's still my favorite game, and I'll probably play it until Bungie shuts down the servers. My OG subscribers know this, but I've gotten quite a lot more in a very short amount of time, so a reminder is due. I'll put the older video in the cards up top. This is where the divide starts to begin. Love for something manifests itself in one or two different ways. The first is to love something, in this case Destiny, so much that you delude yourself into thinking it's already perfect and there's nothing you can add or take away from it that could possibly improve it. The second way is to love it while also being able to acknowledge things that have room for improvement. You want the game to reach its full potential and be all that it can be, to be all that we want it to be. Imagine vanilla Destiny 2 when it launched. Double primary meta and ammo economy was actual dog water. The changes from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 in that regard were objectively bad. Meanwhile, there were people that defended the double primary meta and the special and heavy ammo economy tooth and nail. To them, double primary and no special weapons was fun, but to a lot of others, it was shit. Up through Curse of Osiris, playing Destiny was rough. There were players and content creators alike leaving the game left and right at that time. So who was right at the end of the day? Bungie eventually went through with the changes and reverted much of the ammo economy back to how it was in Destiny 1, with some changes to make it more balanced than it was back then. Those that could have been dubbed complainers or toxic won, and the ones that didn't want the changes to happen, that said the game was fine as is, lost. But who was right really? Those that pushed for the changes or those that didn't? It's complicated, but the simple answer is neither. The fact of the matter is both sides loved the game, but one side wanted it to be better, to reach its full potential. I call that passion. Passion is what drives the game forward. The twabs that we get from Bungie every single week are breakdowns of changes and improvements that ultimately lead to Lightfall and this great game that we can enjoy now. So what? Does Bungie hate their own game because they keep making changes and improvements? You see where I'm getting at, don't you? It doesn't make any sense that providing constructive criticism is somehow a problem now. I only bring this up because although rare, I do get comments from time to time saying, oh, why are you complaining about Titan identity? You clearly don't like the Titan class, just play another. Or my favorite, which will never make sense to me, if you want all these changes to the game, just play a different game. You're just complaining for the sake of complaining. That has to be the most idiotic thing you can say. Criticism and Bungie listening to it is the only reason Destiny has not only survived, but thrived for so long. If everyone that had a problem with Destiny before Curse of Osiris left, that was a lot of people. The game would have died. Imagine if no one complained about transmog. Imagine if no one complained about the ammo economy. If no one complained about the subclass system, or the storytelling, or the Go Faster update. Imagine when Luke Smith said they were planning on getting rid of supers, no one said anything and we just let them. We would have so much less than we have now. Half the supers in the game would have been gone. If no one complained about sunsetting, it would still be here, and trust me, there were a fair share of people defending sunsetting, which in my opinion was trash. What some want to deem as complaining is what's saving Destiny. I once again bring this up because I have no problem with the crowd that thinks Destiny is perfect and doesn't need to change. I respect them because we are all on the same team. We both love this clusterfuck of a game. The ones I don't respect, however, are the people that are on their high horse saying that anyone that has a differing opinion on changes, or anyone that suggests changes or expresses dissatisfaction with any aspect of Destiny are toxic or are just complaining for the sake of complaining. You guys are the ones that would have happily let Destiny die during Curse of Osiris because, oh, the game is fine the way it is. Everything is a scale and you need balance. Oh, you're tired of hearing about Titans needing more than just melee supers? That's too damn bad. The Titan class is my favorite class, and it can be so much more than what has been given so far in Destiny 2. Wanting more for the class and wanting it to be improved is not a bad thing. For anyone that's trying to say that it is, you're the problem, not me. In my eyes, the Titan Titan class is the best class in Destiny, which is why I main it. The Berserker super is lazy, plain and simple. The Titan deserves better. The Silence and Squall super for the Hunter was lazy, and now look, they have something more interesting. People that hate on the game just to hate eventually stop playing it altogether, and you never hear from them again. People that spend most of their time on forums suggesting changes and offering criticism, which some label that as worthless complaining, while still logging hours into Destiny, aren't haters. They're just passionate fans that want the game to consistently improve and become better for everyone. Any content creator that has a YouTube channel that is focused around criticisms of Destiny while playing it for thousands of hours aren't toxic haters, they're passionate fans just like anyone else. And you're delusional if you think differently. No one is going to sit around and play a game they hate. The haters are already gone. Yes, the new Titan subclass at first glance seems to be more of the same shit we've gotten in 4 other subclasses at this point. Yes, Strand Titan will probably play nice and be a good subclass, but that's hardly the point. Having the subclass focus around closing distance and pressing melee is getting old. I'm most likely going to use it, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to love it regardless. Why? Because I love Destiny. I love the Titan class. But does that mean I can't also point out a shortcoming and an issue with the gameplay of Titans when it comes to gameplay mechanics? Fuck that. Voices like mine are what gets things changed. You can sit back and pretend Destiny is perfect, but that's not how I roll. And I have 640 subscribers and climbing that feel the same way. Let's get this bread and continue to push for Destiny to be a better game. See ya!